Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Dominions 4 Thrones of Ascension with me, BrainBoy 20. Where we had last left off, we had been pushing closer and closer to the realms of Berytos and Abysia, after conquering the final remnants of Acrocephal, and setting up a defensive wall against Berytos, who I start to consider a worthy opponent, just because they actually start to have the numbers necessary to face me. So, let's see what else has happened. Akashic Knowledge has been cast. No new magic sites found in TNG, but that's obvious. Awakened Tarask. I'm gonna have to see what happens there. Guntherman was a victim of an assassination attempt. Abysia trying to assassinate me, eh? It's a priest. Oh my gosh, if the priest kills him... I'm sorry, that would have been ridiculous. Hankaloth was a victim of an assassination attempt, so they're just killing priests. Oh, it's the Soulless, and he's invulnerable, and he's gonna start spamming undead. Yeah, nice try. The battle in Kassean Forest, which they took it from under my nose. So, Berytian Sage. Actually, what does that say specifically? I'm curious. Magic in Berytos has always been heavily influenced by the Telkine legacy. Berytian sages try to unearth and recover Telkine lore lost in ancient times. While the Stormcallers have great power at their disposal, the sages are numerous and adept researchers. They bring their discoveries to the lords of the kingdoms for use in warfare as well as in the building of their empire. Adept researcher, resistance to flames... Nothing really fancy. Oh, they're resistant to everything. And we just kind of overwhelm them. And their armies are routed, but they manage to escape. A battle in the good old woods, which is them trying to kick us off our throne. Holy bleep, are they trying. Fiery Imp from Berytos. So they have blood mages too. And then war elephants out the arse. Mercifully, our province defense is fairly strong. And thus the attempt to... Well, we are attempting to slow them down. Like, I'm fairly certain they're not going to succeed, but that's just because, you know, province defense tends to be pretty terrible. And of course, the Sacred Troops' morale breaks. Yeah, it's a rout. We'll have to get that back. And there's a battle of the Fortress of Stonewood Waste. Which I think I was trying to actually take the fort. Yeah. All the blessings, all the fire elementals, all the fire and flames. And they're trying to banish our undead, but what do we say to that? Nay, we say. We shall overrun. Alright, so we took the fort. Fortress and Gentle Woods. Our forces met no resistance. Unexpected appearance range of shadow, giving us 8 nature gems and a split oak trunk. Alright, so we're going to have to take back some fortresses soon. Or at least some troops that we had lost. Hrot had taken the Kassean Forest. So we're going to just boost the province defense to the degree that we're used to. Which is, you know, 50. And we're going to quickly go back and take over the Great Old Woods. In the meantime, Gentle Woods has been taken without any form of resistance, of which we're going to just boost our province defense to its max limit. Well, not to the max limit, that'd be insane. That would imply that we have a Ermor level of income. We also have gained a couple of gem income site locations, and if so, we can actually cast Akashic Knowledge constantly. Without cost, basically. Anyway, from our forces in the Gentle Woods, we're going to just march onward. We're going to have to push some people of Berytos out, or at least we're going to put them in Silverham. in our attempt to hold them at bay, as they're definitely going to continue to try to attack us, and at least our 50 province defense in almost every location will prevent this. I'm going to recruit some Herdmen here, for no other reason than to just set up a defensive line there in case they try to attack the fortress immediately, in that it'll at least buy me a turn to try to assault and hold the province. Of course, we're going to boost our province defense up to the highest level that we can attain here as well, because we have taken the Stonewood Waste, and we're going to send our company to go and try to knock them out of Karin. In the meantime, Sigbert is going to leave the Stone Spires of Aran, go to the fortress and build me another temple, because we're going to be trying to push them out of this domain. Mainly Clockwork Horrors, a busy infantry, and a Great Warlock has also been seen in Radiated Power. So the Great Warlock is there gone, but I don't know what that does, really. Anyway, more company. You have summoned Bessa. Bessa the Fairy Queen. Take this army with you. How many is this? Oh. Almost exactly 10. Unfortunately, that is not what was the doctor ordered. I'll have 2 squads set up, and pretty much I'm going to just send you here, because you can at least defend... Well, how many troops are defending the sages? Okay, not as many as I thought. Huskarls and Herdmen. I'm just setting these guys up to defend. This company can actually instead make the move here to the Golem range, as they can just hold the line here instead. And while we don't have a temple in this location, Childeric is going to definitely be building a temple, if he can afford it. We can't. That's my mistake for wasting so much time. Oh well. I'm going to have you cast the ritual spell. We're not awakening Tarask again. But I'd like to see an Ivy King. I don't think I've actually summoned one. Great, you summoned a Tarask. Recuperation, the unit heals afflictions, poison cloud of 10. It's gluttonous. Swamp survival, and regeneration 10%. The Tarask is an ancient poison-breathing dragon of tremendous size. It has been reawakened by some mad mage who hopes that it will aid him in battle. The Tarask regenerates wounds, has an incredibly thick hide, and is constantly surrounded by noxious vapors. Ah, I love the Tarask. Of course, you have to have someone who actually be able to command it, but, Crate, I think it's time for you to... Okay, I'm still wanting to get enchanted forests. But it's just, awakening a Tarask is just hilarious to me. So anyway, Crate, I want you to empower yourself one more time under nature, so we can do the actual forest thing, a mabob. Now, we don't have enough blood slaves yet to consider boosting Mist Thought one more time in blood magic. Ah, this company. Okay. I wanted to see, do we have anything that allows water breathing? I doubt it, but there's a possibility. No. What kind of army do we have? We have a lot of non-water breathers. And non-amphibians. And we also have to reorganize the army, as that reminds me. So you're an amphibian, right? Yes, and you have the Crown of Death. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually have you forge something. Because I think there's an air artifact that allows us to get a lot of breathing underwater. That's not it, but... Pills of water breathing? No, that's not exactly what I'm looking for. Doppelganger Corrupts Bracers. First Anvil. Speaking of which, we have to forge that in a moment. If we could afford it. Pocket Lich. Do you have the Pocket Lich? Does it already exist? I don't think it does. What level of death magic do you have? Oh, you can forge it. But you can't forge what I'm looking for. You're casting Akashic Knowledge, so I'm not gonna care. Who had water magic? Well, Solius technically does. Forge magic item. Ember? Oh yeah, you have fire and water. You know, like what my commenters kept telling me to check. If there's something of fire and water. So let's see. Wand of Wildfire, Rune Smasher. The Ring Smasher will break down the enemy's magic resistance just before the mage casts a spell, and this makes it very hard to resist spells cast by the wielder of Rune Smasher. Sword of Swiftness, which does exactly as expected. Ember. Ember is a sword that is cold and hot at the same time. When Ember strikes, fire and frost will strike as well, killing the victim and anyone foolish enough to stand too close. The wielder of the sword is granted partial resistance to both heat and cold. Demon Bane, we have all this stuff already, but it's under very powerful. Staff of Corrosion, the staff can be used to fire acid bolts at the enemy. And nothing else. Golden Hooplan is not what I'm interested in. Armor. No, all that stuff is just water and fire. Like, uniques? Bell of Cleansing, which you already have, and the Ruby Eye. So those swords are the only things that can be crafted. Admittedly, one of those swords is the greatest, but ooh. Travel of an army consisting of up to 50 human-sized troops or 25 giants. But you're not able to construct this. Now, I know you are, but you're busy casting Akashic Knowledge. How much water do we have? Okay, I think I can actually take the time to empower yet another water mage, unless we have one just sitting around somewhere to empower. We don't. A shame, really. How good of a research? 13 versus 14. Oh, okay. Research. 12. 14. And you're also very good at this stuff, so... But you also have the vast majority of things that you could actually... I'm just going to empower you with water magic. I'm going to just empower you up to the level to get the Sea King, because we're going to need this set up before we can do anything else involving summoning troops and otherwise. And you should be at the max level of Pale Riders you can command. Oh no, you're not even close. Okay, I'm gonna have you cast the spell endlessly. Like, I'm going to have you cast just Pale Riders and don't stop. Childeric, you're gonna have to wait. I would have you preach, but there's nothing really to preach there. We have this company down here who's building an army of the undead. Which we haven't hit the limit yet, which is why I'm not carrying that much. So your limit is 130. Your limit is 170. Your limit is 170 as well. So we're just going to continue summoning troops for these, and we'll send them out eventually. And with Childeric being the only one remaining, and only 2 more turns before the highest level of construction is complete, we press on. Akashic Knowledge 2, sites found in lists. Riders, Wyvern, yada yada yada. Battle in Good Old Woods, which is us trying to kick them out. Hopefully they remain. Oh yeah, like a contingent force remains. With Maziks. But a distinct lack of province defense. Hrut does not care for what you do. Hrut will kill you anyway. What weapon does he have? Oh, the main gauche of parrying. And we have people already on coming their way upstairs, so excuse me. Yeah, after this fight I'm going to have to pause it for a moment, but we did win, so excuse me for a minute. Okay, we are back from that interruption. If you're wondering what Rzeszu means, it is my first name in Polish because my little nephew decided to barge in again at the behest of his father, so, oh well. So let's see, we have Battle of Great Old Woods, and we have the Cassian Forest, which is them attacking us after we just moved out, with what force they have remaining. With our province defense versus what they've got this time around. Admittedly, it's much less than before. And the morale is at least somewhat decently high, so it shouldn't collapse. You know, we've already overwhelmed their elephants, and so now we're going to overrun what remains of their ogres in front line with our province defense and hopefully just beat them to death. You guys are morons. But their armies are finally routed, and hopefully we can just take the rest of this domain. Anyway, Stonewood Waste, which is them attacking us in the fortress. Aha! Ahaha! Who the dis and otherwise are still in the area. That was a nice idea to send in all the misbreds. Unfortunately, that kill resulted in all their deaths. Wow, their armor is stupidly high. Alrighty then. So we lost... Oh, we only lost one mounted herdman. Okay. Unexpected event in Wesh, giving us air gems. Old Iran, giving us an earth gem. Stonewood Waste have killed 6 filthy brigands and troublemakers. There's still many unruly subjects that have to be eliminated. Supplies in Golem range diseases are affecting the troops, and good old woods are starting to starve due to lack of supplies. Magic sites found in Liz. So where's Province? What do we find? Sparkling Field and Smolderstone. We already found the Merman Village, and we found another Sparkling Field. Now, I think we had Smolderstone, we just found 2 Sparkling Fields, giving us more air gems to know what to do with. Sigbert and company, I want you to just construct me. No! Build a temple. Shut up. I can't tell you. Did that commander die again? Did I have to get another commander? Do I really have to get another commander? Do I actually have to shut the door? Yeah, I will. Excuse me. Alright, glad I got that out of the way. Now, where else are we? You just all really stealth your way there. I hate that you sneak. There's literally no reason for you to have snuck your way in. Jesus, the freaking... Okay, anyway. You have finished casting... Why have you finished? Why have you stopped casting? Oh well. Shade Beasts around, and I think at this point we're just going to take everyone and just start marching. This group should hopefully meet them in Abysia? Or we'll go to the other side of Abysia and conquer it. Now, Sigdriva and company, you're basically holding Golem range. I want you to cut a bloody swath and just cut them off. Cut them off from the rest of their empire. Berytos is probably somewhere around here, considering the incredibly strong domain strength. And Frot has conquered this region back for our name. We will get the Amazonians set up once more to continue defending my name in this region. And I would assault them, but I'm just not in a good position to do so. So you're just going to actually summon allies, but I need something to actually give you more magic units command. Actually, no, you won't. I'll have these two just intersect. We'll restock their army through that intersection. Okay, can these people actually become a part of this force? Yes, yes they can. Are these ranged troops? Useless kick. I don't know why they have that, but okay. And unfortunately, I'm having this... This is why I don't like it when my nephew's over. Anyway, Fortsith, why did you stop casting? I'm curious. What spell were you casting, or do we just summon all the long dead horsemen we possibly can? Oh well. Summon what? What do we want to summon now? I mean, I can get it. No, behemoths can only summon one. I guess we will do a bout of Shade Beasts. Why not? And you have summoned the Ivy King. Animal of 5, all of resistance, you're a magic being. But you yourself are a commander. An Ivy King is an ancient and exalted vine ogre. The Ivy Kings lived long before the coming of man, but fell into a deep slumber ages ago. The Vinemen followed the kings to sleep and were all but forgotten. Now druids and powerful mages have discovered the means to reawaken Vinemen and their kings. The Ivy King is skilled in nature magic, and Vinemen and Vine Ogres come in greater numbers when summoned by an Ivy King. Ivy Lord 3. Sure. Is there anything else I could actually possibly summon with you? Yeah, you'll actually contact some Mias, and you will actually contact Vinemen. The reason I'm doing this is great. I believe it is time. We're going to enchant some forests. We're going to enchant some forests, and we're going to start spreading my domain throughout the world. And they're not going to be able to stop this. Oh no. That'd be too easy. Forging magical items, what do you have now? Just looking through and seeing what we've got for terms of water magic. And sort of messing with the audio a bit there, because my ear was itching and I needed to get my headset off for a second. Midget's Revenge? Once upon a time, there was a Gastufus who was a little person. Even though he was little, he was large in his faith and prayed every day to become larger so he could punish the large people who were often cruel to him. One day, his god was in a good mood and gave him an amulet that enabled him to take revenge upon the people in his village. Gustavus was killed by a mob shortly after he had killed a substantial number of villagers. Maximum size 1, strength +2, defense skill +3, attack skill +3, enlargement. Okay, interesting ability. And I don't feel like I don't want to look through all this. Clam of Pearls. Oh, it wasn't. The small shell is taken from a living clam and inscribed with runes of creation and absorption. The enchanted shell contains 2 pearls of short-lived astral essence. These pearls can be used to power up 2 astral combat spells, but the pearls are not stable enough to be used for more time-consuming rituals. Manual of Water Breathing. Owner of this magic book can grant up to 25 soldiers the ability to breathe water. What else do we got? I'm just kind of oogling the items at this point, because I really don't know what we have, everything we possibly have. We'll keep empowering you with water. And this company, after you've made the Lich, will cast the ritual spell... Griffins. Or is there something I can summon that's like water related? Probably not. I might just have you cast Auspex because there's nothing else for you to do. I would like to summon more undead, but there's like a limit to how many I should theoretically summon. Childeric, by the way, build me a temple. We're not hiring mercenaries, and you're the last person that can actually move around right now. Oi, Onund, I summon you to drag all these troops from Akrasafal. So, I expect you to do your duty. That is your upper limit. Take this company, go forward. Don't sneak either. We'll recruit another Hellcarl. We have a few artists sitting around, don't we? Agni! We have an army for you to lead. Head north, or head in this general direction, because you need to go take this force with you. I don't know why you're sneaking. You should be loud and bloody proud. Seriously, it's not every day that you have the opportunity to lead an army. And Bur the Hangadrot. We have another army to be led. And definitely you can command an army of the undead, a veritable horde of the undead. And we can just set up another force right here. And with these companies, we will send out another army. So Burhangadrot, head on out. Northward is actually kind of pointless. So heading out southward makes more sense, because there's nothing, that's just a bottleneck up there. Anyway, we have so many global enchantments ready, and we're going to continue boosting those enchantments to no end. Now, actually, we had Sigurd, who was sitting here researching. You forge me a magical item. The first anvil. Naturally, I am going to give you this in exchange for this weapon. Because having you do anything else is a stupid thing. Wow, okay, that only takes... It only took 40, right? Or did it take 60? Regardless, first anvil is going to be ours. Anything else going on? No. Alright, just some recruitment then will occur. Gentle Woods, not really. We'll actually recruit a priest to replace the one that we had lost. Margarsifal will get a Hellcarl and a bunch of Herdmen to carry around to the front lines. This group has also been recruiting troops ceaselessly. So we're going to eventually just get an army set up from this mountain range. And I will get the Tarask out there onto the front lines just to see what it does. Because I really want to see the bloody dragon just go crazy. I suppose even consider the Tarask a dragon, considering what it technically is. Anyway, construction research will be completed soon. You're still casting Akashic Knowledge. Let us end our turn. We shall have all of one more turn before the end of this episode, at least. It's not going to be the end of the series yet. Oh, no, no, no. We're seeing this to the end. Auspex, nothing found in Trodden. Enchanted Forests has been cast successfully. Akashic Knowledge, nothing found in Dry Fields. Battle of the Black Alps. Berytos attacked me there? How? Oh, Black Hawks and the Eagles! Unfortunately, they seem to have stumbled upon the enchantresses that we have just surrounding our fields and arms. So this group of mages will just defeat them. And a battle in Gorillion. Well, I heard you like armies, so here's my army to kill you with. At this point, I don't care if we're lighting all the Pale Riders on fire. That's just something I can't avoid. Like, I would love to avoid destroying my undead line by doing this, but it's also kind of difficult to do so. And their armies are routed. Gee, I wonder why. So how many did we actually lose? 116. You think this would be a Pyrrhic victory, but most of this stuff was because of the fact that our troops existed in such massed quantities. I'm also surprised we have 800 troops. Anyway, battle in the good old woods, which is them attacking us in an attempt to remove us. As they should. Anyway, we're slowly killing off their troops. As long as our people don't immediately retreat, we should be fine. Oh, these are all sea trolls. Okay. Oh, the Jade Maidens aren't blessed? Oh, that's why there's a problem. And of course the morale breaks. And because they retreated, we lost again to the sea trolls, but we actually have surrounded them. So we should be able to come back and immediately take Good Old Woods back. Ograthon, which is us double assaulting them with our new front line and our ferry commander. was a serpent fiend, okay. And then a battle in the Stonewood Wastes. Well, I see you are attempting to take control back of this region, and I'm just going to say no, that's not going to happen. Oh, you have the Horde of Imps, don't you? The unit is marked by a horror or a mage. The mark is an astral beacon attracting horrors and making the victim the primary target of attacking horrors. A marked person might get attacked by a horror at any time. Being marked twice is worse than being marked just once, but there is no way of knowing just how bad your mark really is. Mindless units are not affected by horror marks, as they are uninteresting for horrors that feed on suffering and fear. Horror marks will fade gradually while being dead, but they will never disappear completely. You have the lifelong protection and the birch boots. Well, looks like you're going to go pay on that deal soon. And Hool is, of course, going straight into the front lines, because she has absolutely no chill whatsoever and must kill everything in front of her. I guess she kind of feels insecure about being fat. Anyway, that was a victory. Unexpected event in Stonewood Waste, giving us fire gems. Sneaking in was discovered and killed. We killed the demon bread for the cost of nothing. Fort Guerrillians being destroyed, but we need more time. Troops are being cured. Guerrillian, there's a lack of supplies. We can't avoid that. We've killed the 3 filthy troublemakers, making that land peaceful. So we've finished construction research, giving us access to the Poison Golem, Juggernaut Construction, Mechanical Militia, the Iron Dragon, and the Siege Golem. Let us continue with Alteration at the highest level, giving us Utter Dark, Wish, Arcane Domination, Army of Gold, and Army of Lead. This was Army of Rats. Oh, the entire enemy army is hit by this. Okay. How much does it cost? 4 and 7. Okay. Sure. Why not? We will max out Alteration. There is no reason not to. And you're still casting Akashaic Knowledge ceaselessly in an attempt to break even, but actually now, with having us this amount of astral magic coming on an income, it might actually be reasonable for me to stop casting Akashaic Knowledge. What astral spells do we have? Ether Gate. The ritual opens a gate to the astral plane and summons a clan of Ether Warriors led by an Ether Lord. The Ether Warriors were banished from this world in ancient times. The wars drained the world of Arcana and were forced to enter other realms of existence in order to continue their clan wars. The lesser races and their gods sealed the astral gates to rid the world of the plague. Ether Warriors are naturally ethereal and thus very difficult to harm with non-magic weapons. They use moonblades, magic swords that caused additional damage to magic beings. When the gates open, vast powers are released and the magic level is increased in the province. Okay, I can call abominations, eaters of the dead. That's not what I'm looking for. Juggernaut construction is also not what I'm looking for. Eyes of God, stellar focus. So a relatively weak global enchant that allows us to boost the income of astral gems by 5 per turn. Neat. I don't know if I can actually cast it multiple times. And then there's Arcane Nexus, which is just hilarious. So, here's what we'll do. No more Akashaic Knowledge for you. You'll instead empower yourself upon these astral gems. Sigurd, you have constructed the ultimate item, I think. Ah, okay, you had an extra space for it. So, you are now our Forge Master. So I'd like you to forge a magical item. I don't know what I actually want you to forge at this point. I mean, I can create monolith armor, but that's also not, there's not much of a point to that. And I'm going to actually create the Aegis. Only 30, with all these buffs and modifiers. Anyway, you've cast your spells, but I don't care as much about that crate. You have cast the ultimate enchantment. 2 enchantments, actually. Let's not tempt fate. Cast ritual spell. How much does it take to... I'll awaken another Tarask. And, like, what is your leadership? Your leadership is awful. We'll deal with you later. Empowerment, get me more water. Okay. This company... Everyone but Sigbert. You're a team. You dicks. You're a team. You are supposed to work together. I don't know why you ran away. Then again, you also don't have a ton of troops, so we are kind of stuck here waiting, so most of you will actually just be on patrol. Actually, those who can will research. Everyone else will control. Sigbert, you have built the temple. I want you to march up north and continue boosting our province, our domain strength, and maybe, just maybe, we can push our domain out of existence and conquer Abysia as a result. Now, what else do we got? Actually, I don't know why I'm doing this. Leaf Song, monthly castings of Vinemen, Agni, just march. This company will actually continue moving because they're going to conquer some of the Dead Realms soon. Childeric, I know full well that there was a rogue moving through here, but I'll believe that they're not trying to assassinate us. Burr, just march. Onyad, you are trying to catch up with them, actually. Because you have that small army that you're going to add to this force. Actually, we'll move to the much safer location, because we're going to take Great Old Woods back anyway. I could preach, but there's not much of a reason to do so. Anselm will march down to this Gentle Woods area and build another temple there to continue boosting our domain strength here. And with that, we've actually run out of things to do again, so let us just recruit some troops, and we shall then end the episode there. So as natural, Herdman out the wazoo. We'll get a Hellcarl ready, but I'm going to move a Haggadrot up there to control the majority of the force. Crate will just be controlling the Tarasks, because I don't think the Tarasks are going to mind a nature mage of his power, just dancing the night away, killing everything possibly dangerous to him. World Steel Mountains, or World's Teeth Mountains, I still need a laboratory there, but that's not actually a major concern anymore. Like, if I could produce Haggadrots there, maybe it'd be a major concern, but as it stands, that's not. Arcocephal will produce Herdman, and then another Hellcarl. Oh, you can't afford it. Okay, that's fine. So with that, I'm going to end the turn here and the episode as well. I hope you've all enjoyed watching. This has been BrainBoy20 with Let's Play Dominions 4 Thrones of Ascension, and I am signing off. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like, comment, or subscribe as it helps out a great deal, and I hope to see you all next time. Farewell.